Today's session, oh, it's very quiet. Oh, is that better? Awesome. Okay, welcome. So, Sassy, how is Sassy feeling? Are you living lively, boldly, and full of spirit? Because we are in the middle of a really powerful portal. So, the energetics at the moment, super excited and nervous. Yes, honoring the nervous and letting that be totally okay. We are in a massive portal. So in the next few days, we are going to have a full moon with a 1 degree of Capricorn. All right. And this literally is quite a unique series of events. So 1 degree of Capricorn. And then on the following month, 22nd of July, we are having a 29 degree of Capricorn full moon. So 2 full moons of the same energy, but at different ends of the scope, right? So Capricorn's very beginning. At the beginning, it's like new energy. It's really bringing in the practical, okay, very practical and hardworking pieces. Like this is very much around it can be quite overachieving, persevering, ambitious, loyal kind of thing. And then on the not so great side, it can be very pessimistic and kind of cynical. So there's this, and demanding possibly, and sometimes cold. So it's like, what are we moving through from the very beginning, from that first degree? First degree is like what wants to come through, and it's very masculine holding, right? Capricorn has a very masculine holding. And then at the end, 29 degrees of like what really wants to land in your field. So it's like what I was being shown this morning in meditation is like, it's like a percolating kind of energy around the divine masculine. And for those of you, I'm Cap Moon and Rising. Oh my gosh, woman. Okay, so you need to go back and re-go through the sacred secretions. Have you got that course? And you need to really set up 3 days for both moons. And this is your fucking moment, man. This is literally to have 2 full moons in like a month. Not only that, what I've been shown is that the Mayan calendar, the day out of time is on the 25th of July. It's always 25th of July, but it's a day out of time, which means that it is the ultimate space for completely and utterly activating your next level. And so today we are literally going into business, really deeply into business, because for those of you who have been in Sexy DNA, we do a lot of energetics. I love seeing you guys' faces. And you're a Cat Moon too, woman? Of course. Fuck. Jeez. Here we go. This is going to be a big portal. And so the 25th of July is the day out of time, and it's a void space. Like it's a very, very powerful void space. And it's the Mayan New Year. I work on the Mayan calendar. It feels the most aligned. And we've got Matariki in between. So that's the Palladians really amplifying all of this energy, connecting with our star systems, connecting with our galactic bodies, so that we can bring this down into matter. Like we are bringing it down into the earth star chakra, so that everything you are creating in this space from now until the 25th of July and beyond, the percolation of everything is coming to a head. Anyone else feeling it? Anyone else feeling the anxiousness? What are the things? Yeah. So letting me know what those 2 words are for you, because I want to know what's happening in your field, and it gives me like a breadth of like what is actually happening. Now, we can get into like the Capricorn is that the key wound around the Capricorn is rejection. And so we're going to be talking about rejection, the father wound in big business, right? Because this can stem from desire for success and achievement, right? But also a desire for love. And I'm going to be really, transparent in my journey, because it feels like it's all come to a head in the last few weeks. And like I said, we could go into pessimism, but the truth is there is a deep, deep, deep permission piece and invitation to come into your most trustworthy version of yourself, right? The version of yourself that feels deeply, deeply aligned with creator's energy. Okay, so it's massive. Activated and still, numb and alive. I love those two. That's very yeah, but all of them. That's very like we've got excited and nervous, we've got activated and still, numb and alive. I love it. I love the polarity. It just makes it so much better, doesn't it? So much more fun. Okay, so there's a lot for us to cover today, and I really want to get into some coaching because I want us to kind of mastermind today's work, right? Just recapping, I was just saying, Heidi, that we're going through a massive portal with the Capricorn 1 degree at this full moon, and then the Capricorn 29 degrees, which is the analytic degree, which is like there's so much conversation around like what needs to die to the old version of ourselves, and a deep connection to the masculine, right? So really this powerful support piece and protective piece, but also the invitation to deepen our relationship with Creator. Yeah. All right. So the Capricorn energy tends to show love through actions and doing little things of devotion and affection. And that takes trust. So the first thing that I want to ask you, yeah, hi, busy and still. I love it. It's so interesting. The masculine story is coming up for me. I can be super focused and taken out by self-worth issues. Oh my God, this is what we are talking about today. I love it. Thank you for the confirmation of like the channel that was coming through me this morning. So the journey that we're taking today is that big business, which means to me like what really feels gritty and like really kind of contextualize is big business is starting to get to like 10K, 20K months, right? And you all have the absolute potential and knowing, and it is the truth that that is your base, right? No less than 5 figures. Hi, gorgeous. Love seeing you run online. No less than 5 figures a month consistently. So recurring monthly revenue, right? Monthly recurring revenue, however you want to put it. But big business takes a deeper relationship with the whole masculine. And by whole, I mean the whole creator energy, right? Because that sun, the sun doesn't have to try harder to reach you and heat you. It literally just shines and it's there, right? It is creating a force field by just being itself. It's not trying to reach out and use its energy. So the first thing I want to ask, there's 2 things I want to ask first. 0 to 100, I'm going to slow down a little bit. 0 to 100, how deeply can you trust the divine masculine, the father? If you want to call it father, I want you to go there. 0 to 100, 100 being like totally trust, completely and utterly. Creator, Lord, yep, 70, 77, yep. So there's so much potential there, right? There's like a 23% potential. 20, amazing, Trina. Got 90, then went to 9. Then the mind came in. I love it. Okay, so where was 90 in your body and where was 9? Maybe that's what's happening. Interesting. I love it. So there's a disconnect through the solar plexus into the womb, which is power, right? Okay, tuning in, if you're just tuning in to where it is, what it looks like, what it feels like, what the voice might be. 80, spine, upper mid. Yep, amazing. All right. And then 0 to 100, how much do you trust that you can bring in $10,000 monthly recurring revenue? Zero, 33. Yeah, 15. Amazing. So weird. 80. Like, I know I can do it. Amazing. Love it. 20. Yeah. All right. I want you to bring those 2 together and tell me why there is a difference in those numbers. So just asking your body in the truth of your body only, why is there a difference in those numbers? Is it Trina? Oh, nice. Okay. Aha, I see. Confusion and freeze. Action needed, feels caught in my chest. One's outside of me, uncontrollable. Ooh, I like that. Something to do with my chest. Yeah. Okay. Now I want you to go into the story around why you can't trust that particular amount. Like, what is the fear of trusting fully and completely that it's all working out, that you are protected, and that Creator is supplying for you? So just asking that question in the body. Yes. It's almost like then I lose the control and a trustful feels unsafe. There's a fear the patriarchy will pull it out from underneath me. Yeah. So is that my inquiry there is that mean that if I make it, someone's going to take it anyway? Yeah. How early was that cemented in the body? And Erin, it's almost like then I lose the control. And when did you lose the control? When was the first time you lost control? Who did you trust? And it blew out. Sustainability. I've been burnt out in past, how to hold it, yet I know I'm learning these needed pieces, just needing action. Exactly. And action is father. Okay? Action is masculine. So where am I afraid? If I make it, that I'll drop it all. Right? So sometimes we're afraid of the fear of the fear. Also, the fear the body will collapse and not cope. Yeah. So our nervous systems are afraid that when we actually have it, will we be able to hold it? And so we have a fear of failure before it actually happens. And the big piece with Capricorn is the fear of rejection. I trusted, and then the money didn't show up physically, did, but it wasn't there at the same time. It disappeared. Interesting. And where did like that? My invitation would be, like, my inquiry and curiosity would be, where did you trust and then have conditional trust? Right? Like, oh, it came in and now it's going to go. Or, oh, it came in and if I don't do this to keep going, right? Like, so for me, I self-sabotage with like I will self-abandon when I'm tired, right? Or when my body is inflamed, even if I know that that's a process that my body goes through to go to the next level, I will self-abandon when there's a shift, and then I'll spiral on that shift right? And so then I'll make it a problem that I did something wrong, right? So then it's conditional. I trust that it comes in, and when it comes in, and as long as I'm still being perfect, I deserve it. Does that make sense? Anyone else got that? Like, oh, I trust and I can feel it coming and it lands. And then I'm like, and now I wasn't perfect. I had a drink on the weekend, or I had a spat at my husband, or I, didn't go for my walk today. And so then I'm like, oh, now I'm the problem and now I don't deserve it and something else will happen. Does that make sense? So there's conditions. We put conditions. Trust and faith is literally trusting completely and utterly. But we condition that trust. And this is the father piece. How conditional was the trust that you had with your father? Yes, there were big eyes in that, right? And this is the journey I've been taking recently. 0. Yes. I will need to support myself, and can I hold it? Yes, right? Because can I not hand it over to Creator and go, I know I'm supported, provided for, supported, and looked after, and everything's working out? Like, this is next level business. We're going to go into structure and systems, but it's all cascading down the masculine line, right? I have massive nervous system trauma, right? Seizures, PTSD, suicide, IBS, endo. I literally know how much my body has been through. And my biggest fear of next levels is, oh my God, can I hold it? That is literally my biggest fear. Guess what? Your business isn't for you to hold. It's for you to channel. Creator holds it. Creator provides, Creator supports. If you can let go, that doesn't mean we don't take action. It just means we ask how we're going to serve that business today. Is this making sense? Am I making sense today? Yeah. I'm just like, I haven't had a lot of sleep for like 10 days. So I'm like, am I making sense today? I'm already feeling I hold it all. Exactly. Right. So this has literally been my collapse in the last 2 weeks. Well, probably 3. When I recently went home, I think I told some of you about this. So I'm just going to really rehash this very quickly in like a very consolidated version. When I recently went home, we're getting into the 0 to 7 energy, right? With Kanika, we're getting really down into the recoding of the bones of the birth. And so I was getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And I didn't realize this. And there was a moment there where I was invited to invest $20,000 into a thing. And I was like, oh, yes. And then I told my mum, and she's like, well, I think you might be just kind of deflecting from what you actually want, which is to get on the land, because that is literally location wise. My genealogy is specific to the highest need that I have in my actual genes, is location, right? Which is space, and like vast levels of space, right? I've seen since I was little a house that looks over a whole valley, right? I've always felt like, anyone read The Ringing Cedars? I've always felt like Anastasia, and I'm like, space of love. I've got to create a space of love. I've always wanted that. And what was the other one where it was like a woman and she like tamed some horses? She was wild, and it was way back when they were Neanderthals. And that was my energy, right? I recently found out that that's not a wish list. That's actually part of my genes, because I've got the Scottish. So it's like this massive, like, I need space. When I went to invest, my mum's like, I think you're deflecting from what you actually want. And then I realized that I was pushing rather than softening. And then we like the next day had a conversation around seizures, and I said, where were you on that particular seizure? And she's like, I was away with your sister, just down the road, but I was away. And I was like, well, where was Dad? And she was like, nope, he never came to those things. Plus, there were several times where He would just leave the entire house when I was having a seizure, or he would actually get very angry at me and tell me to fix it. Like, you just breathe through it, right? And it ended up being that the ambulance man was more of a dad in those roles and would move from room to room as I ruined each one. That I remember him. I still vividly remember him. What then shifted was a worthiness piece around, oh, I've been pushing, improving, and striving to this amount, maybe 30-40%. The rest has been really anchored in healthiness and rock solid structure. But this next level that's required of me to go to this next level is going to take a deeper conversation with Creator around fully letting go. And what I've been feeling is the buffalo, you know how the buffalo have that thing over them, the circle over there, and the heaviness on my shoulders as to the next level. And when I got, so this is all weaving in, it'll make sense in a second. When I got the profit and loss sheet and saw that I'd done 360,000 last year, I realized that that was my crumble, because I was like, why am I still not getting what I want when this is my, like, I did it. Here it is. I proved it, right? And so there was this massive shift, huge reclamation piece in my voice and who I am and what I need to be deeply and utterly resourced, right? And now it's like creators created this fireball up my ass and being like, okay, you need to literally crumble it down. And I'm wavering between many timelines of like, am I homeschooling? Maybe not. Yes, I am. Do I want a caravan around the country and just, rent the house out? Do I want all these things, right? And it was literally discombobulating my whole field. Then Geordie got sick, then Scott got sick, and it's like I've been holding the fort. I've been holding the masculine structure and the systems. Then we got an open home. Then we, like there's so many things going on. The windscreen's breaking, my phone breaking, all the things of the crumble. And it took until last night in a screaming match with myself in the spa was to be like, oh, this is the father thing. Because this all started when he asked us to step out of our family trust, right? Which was 18 months ago. And I was like, I have been melding creator with my father, right? And this is what we naturally do. It's just a natural process. And this is the next step for me to cut ties, because when I wanted to cut ties originally, right at the beginning, my husband's like, no, you can't do that. We need that money that he's going to offer you. And I was like, I don't want it. I want to sign out. I don't want it. And I didn't trust my worth and my value in myself in that moment, that I was literally told by a channeler that if I didn't cut off that trust straight away and just be like, I'm done, just out, that there'd be a massive crumble. And because I chose my family over myself, I self-abandoned, and the business has been struggling for 18 months. Not that it's struggling, but it's not like it's evolving as fast as I know that I have the capacity to do. In that process, the cords were all cut last night. There was this massive process, and this is what Capricorn is asking of us. Where in your body are you believing you have to hold it all because of the father role that wasn't there or was conditional? So when you try and bring in structures or systems, you get this far and then go 3 steps back. You go 1 step forward and then 3 steps back again, because the nervous system is afraid to completely trust that you are backed, you are supported, and you are completely and utterly worthy without having to prove, strive, or push. This is making sense. Yeah. And so what happened in my dreams last night was profound. Like, there was this massive, huge city hall that we were doing Kanika. And it was like in like, I don't know, it felt like France or something. It was like a full, like massive church. And I was like, what is this? And it's like, this is you trusting. And I was like, whoa, I could see all of us in robes, like golden robes all around it. And I was like, is that for real? Like, is that part of my timeline? And it's like, yes, if you surrender to what is now, right? And so there's this been massive, massive piece around this masculine rewiring, recoding in the body. I am protected. I am looked after. I always have someone have my back, right? And I've had to go back and bank evidence over the last 24 hours of every time someone has had my back, even when it didn't look like it. That's that whole Jesus walking you, like picks you up and walks with you, right? The moments where I was resuscitated, the moments where someone was with me on that trip in the pufferfish to say, just let go, right? Don't try and hold on to this. Let the poison move through you, right? Like, I literally felt like if I let this go, the poison's going to take over. But they're like, no, let the poison move through. You've got to trust. You've got to let it go. It takes a trust fall for you to step into the next version of you, right? The identity shift. So what are you resisting? That is the key question right now. What are you resisting by trying to control everything? And Erin, it comes then I hermit. Yes, then I see that as wrong. Exactly. So you're resisting the hermit, and yet that's where the gold is. And how do this is why we find strategy through our energetics. How do we create a strategy that allows your hermit to be part of the gold that you bring to the world? Are you a 6-2? You're a 6-2, eh? Yeah. So we've got to let the hermit be part of the energetic business blueprint, because it's part of you. That's not something you can take away. There's always going to be the hermit. It literally, for the hermit, there's a couple of 6-2s in here. You have to go to the depths of the ocean and have nothing in your field to bring back the pearl, right? And if you don't, you will collapse. And so it doesn't keep going. We've got to give permission to the hermit. We've got to give permission to the version of yourself that you're resisting. So what are you resisting? Yes, as long as I was a good girl, I was loved, accepted. Otherwise, I was attacked by the masculine. Exactly. So now the good girl template will hold down the sassy version, and the sassy version of you is the most magnetic and repellent. I can feel a deep breath handing it all over. Yes, that is like such a huge relief, remembering the channel. Yes, you don't have to hold your business. You are the channel for it, and it's asking your business, what service can I give today? What is of the highest service? Right? Which means that's more of a devotional space rather than like I have to. It doesn't mean you're not going to do anything, because action is essential. And at the same time, structure is sexy. Right. Mine must be lots of space too. Exactly. So when we look at someone who's a 6-2, or anybody who's got that like escape artist, like a line 3, or a line 2 who's a hermit, you almost have to create a structure that is rest heavy. Right? Yeah. And rest heavy doesn't mean you're not doing the things. It just means that you don't have to do something to be rewarded with rest. It means, have I rested enough to bring my service to life? Right? We were always taught that once you do this, you get this. It's back to front. Once you move into devotion of you, you can then be the clearest and cleanest channel for your work. Yes, mine is always a house over the lake. Yes, I never remember my dad having much to do with my seizure. Exactly. Post-seizure, spine, neck. Yes. So true. I've always been looked after through seizures, illness, fine. Exactly. Oh my God, resisting support. Karen, I love it. And what would support give you if you could let go of the control? Right? Because any conditional father will mean that we try to control everything out of fear of losing everything. I made a hotel today tonight. Yes, woman, look at you go. Resisting collapse. I might not come back, or my business might leave. And is that the truth? No. I love it. I'm resisting being fully seen. Yes. So where as a child did you get taken out when you were in full expression? Rest is defiantly a reward, or definitely a reward for me. I have to do it first. Yeah, exactly. So this is putting pleasure before the process, because then you are in alignment, right? I don't know how $1 million is going to be, how it's possible I'm going to make $1 million this year, right? Especially with, like, I love my business. And when I say I want to burn it down, it's not the business. I want to burn down my life at this point, right? I love my business. And it's not even a business, it's like my passion. And at the same time, life keeps happening very intensely around me at the moment, right? And I'm not giving myself the rest to recalibrate enough. And so this is where it's going to shift. When you gift yourself the rest first, then you can be the clearest channel. Okay, I'm learning to discern between rest and functional freeze. Absolutely. So if you are in a functional freeze before you go to rest, my advice is you shake, you scream, you get your muscles super, super clenched, everything, for as long as you can, and then let go. Right? Create that space, because what's happening is the body is feeling overwhelmed with lymphatic waste, uric acid, lactic acid, because it's heavy in the mental body. So it's making it heavy on the physical body. Remember, your body and your business are a printout of your consciousness. So when you make a shift, there's always going to be a healing opportunity, because your body then goes through that process. Which makes me, like, just a side note, pretty pissed off because I haven't got sick from Geordie or Scott lately. Like, it's been 18 months since I've been actually sick myself. Apart from a pufferfish, I'm like, what's going on? Oh, that's right. I haven't had space to be sick, right? The body will continue through its adrenaline and cortisol until it's like, oh, I have space. Someone will look after me. Something will happen, right? That's physically what the body will do. It'll keep pushing until it knows that there's a space. All right. Okay. So structure and strategy are the masculine side of our businesses. Structure and strategy are sexy as fuck, but they also provide us $10,000 months and beyond. So where are you avoiding structure and strategy? I never follow it, so I don't bother. I love it. I feel there was a full, like, exaltation in that comment, babe. What just happened in your body? Okay. What happens? I think admitting it took the pressure off. Yeah, cool. What happens in your body when you think of structure and strategy? Tell me, tell me, tell me all the things. And while you're doing that, get some of our notes up for us. All right. My structure strategy is messy. I kind of plan it out on calendars, then flow, not truly following it. Being capped, yeah, I feel strictness in my body with structure. I have it and then let the good go in and start doing for others, then get into overwhelm. I'm feeling it in the back of my head, back of my heart. I like structure, but I've been feeling left low back since we started the call. Left low back, yeah. So your support system, right? There's something about support system. Okay. So first we want to redefine structure and support. Okay. Because if we don't redefine structure and support, then we will always struggle with it being something that is heavy or masculine or part of the patriarch. Does anyone else feel that that could be alive in their body? Like that it feels too bro marketing or, yeah? Okay. Yeah, cool. All right, so let's redefine structure and support so that it feels juicy in your body. Okay. If you were really honoring, I also crave it, but reject it. Yeah. If you were really honoring the body in its structure and support, where would you go? What holds you up that you don't even have to consider or think about? Spine. Yeah. Yeah. Knees. Amazing. Right? And knees are surrender, Trina. Interesting. Surrender at the altar of life, right? On your knees. Neck, feet also. Yeah, amazing. And half of these things, hips, amazing, because hips have been so related to the feminine, but truly big business is that there is easy pivotal energy, right? Okay, so I'm inviting you in. I'll just put some music on actually. I'm inviting you in to come into your body, take a deep breath, relax into your eyes closed. Everyone hear me okay? All right, so I want you to, if possible, sit on your hands. Have your hands facing up on your, and you're sitting on your hands, the sit bones. That's it. Taking a deep breath in, letting it go. Gently moving your body in a clockwise motion. Starting to see the spine as it elongates, as it opens, as it breathes. As the sit bones create this vortex. Seeing this beautiful masculine energy coming in, the energy of divine potency, the structure of a powerful building like a pyramid, allowing the pyramid to penetrate up and through your bones, through the sacrum specifically, as it holds a deep, deep, powerful and wide base. And as this pyramid sits at the base of your hips, your hands are activating the full force field of the masculine grid. Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Haniel, opening this space. Archangel Uriel, Archangel Sandalphon, all down the base. And the sword of truth is brought down from the top of your spine, down the back of your neck, down the back of your thoracic, penetrating your lumbar down into your sacrum and down into your coccyx, creating this powerful third connection with the earth. And from this sword, a light starts to beam. It is a powerful grid that is so potent, so deeply connected to the sun. And there is a funnel moving from Alcyon, the great grand central sun, and moving down, 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 down your spine, holding the most powerful potency of masculine landing. And just as you come to a stillness, your spine elongates, your breath deepens, and you are shown from the eagle's eye the golden teardrop. And as this golden teardrop hits your tongue, you're anointed with the power of Yeshua, Joachim, and Joseph, the three masculine, the three kings, and they create a portal around you where the grid is impenetrable, and you get to melt. Let your body relax, let your body melt, let it be like liquid honey into that grid. Let your breath let go, the out breath, the upgrades, the transmissions of the full divine masculine. That's it, melt into it. Let go all the way, trustful, open your arms and surrender. Kanika, kanika, kanika. Holding your spine with such virility, such power, such potency, such structure and strategy. The power of sexy structure opens you to be in your feminine so that you can rest and be in devotion. And at the altar of life, you surrender this need for the father of the human father to tell you he is so fucking proud of you. Hand him over and receive the true divine father who cannot wait to hold you in his arms so that you will melt in his field. And as you do, the grid naturally opens and widens to the world. Thousands and thousands of dollars is just part of that grid opening up. Seeing the wind beneath your wings with the eagle eye, clearing, cleansing, purifying, dissolving all timelines and cords and hooks and webs with the earthly father, and reconnecting without condition to the truth. Letting your lumbar completely blow out as you collapse forward, allowing your whole body, your whole head to come forward onto the desk, onto your hands, onto the palm of your hands, whatever you need. And with sound, letting it go. With potency, virility, protection, support, guidance. The true divine masculine landing. You can trust, you can surrender, you can trust for. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Let go 1% more. That's it. And under your tongue, this golden seed is opening and giving you a direct and very clear message from Divine Father. And it is unique to you and your business and the structure of your business that allows for even deeper expansion, deeper embodiment, as if all the angels have been supporting, but now they turn outwards and hold the space for your revolution, for your evolution, for your DNA to feel so fucking deeply supported that the feminine rises with ease and grace and knows that her back is always protected, knows that she is always provided for. Breathe in through your nose and let that seed grow through your body and come back slowly into a fully embodied spine, landed hips, anchored feet, grounded energy, deeper breath, wider capacity. Letting go of any further control, handing it over into the fires. You are ready to come home and bring that with you. And with that, you are given one instruction, one action to take. And welcoming home, feeling your fingers and your toes, feeling the rock solid support system that has been anchored in your spine. In your journal, just writing down the message that was handed directly to you and the aligned action. If it feels aligned, only if it feels aligned, I'd love you to share in the chat. And we're going to jump in to just a little bit of strategy. I'm going to give you the paperwork that you can go away and work with. Yeah, really sexy, empowering, being supported by the masculine down at the base and the three fathers surrounding. Fuck yes, that's the piece. Right? When we can be surrounded, and you need to choose, like everyone, I suggest choosing your divine masculine template, right? It's come into your body now, but I work with Yeshua, Joachim, and Joseph. They surround me in Kanika. I have Yeshua to my right, Joachim to my back, and Joseph at my base. Right, and then the three women, I have Mother Mary, I have Mary Magdalene to my left in the left hemisphere, Mother Mary at the front, and Grandmother Anna at the top. Right, so those 6 spheres are held by the 3 twin flames. Message, keep going, you're on the right path, no more questioning. Yes, right? And action from that. How are you going to know when you are questioning yourself? I want you to extrapolate this out, do some journaling around how does my body feel when I question myself? What are the symptoms and the signs that happen? I'm holding it, I'm supporting. Yeah, I've got it. Do it was my seed message. I love it. Building a group offering where I have fun, play, responding to what they need, want, and body practices. Still no idea what the actual content's is. You don't need content, Queen. Right? This is the next level of control. You already know exactly what needs to happen as a baseline, this is module 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as a baseline. They need safety first, then they need to know how to activate themselves, empower themselves, right? You just need the branch of that topic. And on that day, you are responding to how that feels and what is needed in that moment. Whatever you're going through that week will be clear. And you just ask for that. Please show me the way. Right? We cannot, I never create content before the program. Right? You already have all of the wisdom and all of the embodiment. You've already been doing it. I base it around these 6 potentials, right? This is why I can't work with repeating a program, but I'm looking at it, right? Kanika is being repeated, but in the past, it's literally what is alive in the thread at the time. I was told to purely focus on my channel. They are hold the rest. They've got it. Fuck yes, Trina. How much energy, like tell me the shift between 0 to 100 about trust, that you trust creator and you trust receiving that revenue. How much energy has that activated? Like how much capacity is that opened in your body right now? My message was, you are perfect as you flow and channel. My program currently I'm loving as I flow in with it each week. Have to go. We'll catch replay. Okay. Love you. Yeah. Amazing. Okay. So in the doc, I've just given you a base kind of roundabout. You've defined your niche and your ideal client. I'm not all for niching specifically, but you know that you're, say, Chinese medicine. You know that you are family constellations. You know that you are bone work, emotional alchemy. You know that you are about expression, right? How to unlock expression in all its ways. Create your low and high value. That was supposed to say low and high. Right? Your low ticket allows people to come in and get a taster. Right? You are creating a surrounding structure that will support many. For example, in my business side of my business, like business coaching like this, you get monetize your passion, which has tech support. You also get energetic support by having some of the old, like sacred secretions, not old, but sacred secretions courses or whatever there. You also get the membership, right? So it's like I've created a whole pyramid support system to allow for everybody to be supported, even if it's only 1 call a month like Sassy, because there's other things. There's ERT and there's the mastermind that you get as a base, right? So it creates a whole encompassing space, a community, right? I really want you to look at creating offers that allow a community to be supported. 3, implement strategy around pricing, which, if we need to go over, of course we'll go over, but I will need some feedback on what you guys need at the most. Step 4 is build a strong online presence. We know this piece, this is massive. And then step 5 is actually focus on sales, right? We have to focus on sales. It's the lifeblood of our business. And if you focus on sales, I guarantee if you did that for 30 days, you are going to create a 2 to 3K more recurring revenue. So I'm going to be asking for some business plans from you guys so that I can actually see what the bigger picture is, and then we can reverse engineer next time. So next month, that's what we'll be doing. Okay. All right. Who wants to go first? Shake it off. How are you feeling? Major takeaway. What was your biggest takeaway? And then in that document, I also put like 5 kind of journaling prompts for like how to really get down into that ideal client energy. So tell me your takeaway, and then we're going to jump into coaching. I'm just going to go bathroom. So I'll put some music on while you tell me your takeaway. So we're going to have a bit of a 2-minute break. 3 or 4 minutes, you know. No, I want to get a little bit, something a little bit. Oh no, that's all right. It's going to be fun. Okay, see you in 2-3 minutes. Let me know what the biggest takeaway is around structure, masculine, all the things.
Så lilla vän, timman för dig hem igen. Om du går vilse, natten är lång. 1000 stjärnors urtidssång. Dimmorna dansar.
All right. So while we're waiting for some of our sisters to come back, I just want to read you this around resistance. The truth, nobody wants to resist, right? But other people's resistance is a rich source of information and of potential connectedness. So one of the key pieces around the masculine is we're afraid, if we haven't embodied our masculine, we're afraid to receive a no, right? But a no is actually an invitation to find out what their true desire is. Because if they've already asked to be in your field, they want to be in your field, they're just protecting something within themselves, right? For example, if I know that it's a financial thing, I'll be like, and how would you feel not having the transformation that you're looking for in a year's time and you're in exactly the same place? And they're like, oh, yeah, okay, so financially, I need to invest in this because I don't want to be the same. So they're protecting their finances, not realizing that their finances are the thing that's going to open up what they want, right? Or if they're like protecting their, I don't know, their ego, They don't want you to know how they're going to feel at the worst of themselves. They're like, and what would you love and desire to love? That I can actually feel free in my body. And you're like, okay, so it's going to take the resistance that you're feeling to alchemize for you to have the shift that you want into a new identity. Does that make sense? Okay, so the biggest embodiment process that you can do from this space today, and this might be a little triggering for some people, is to pray. Knees on the floor, pray. Now, you can call it something else. You can call it a conversation with Creator. You can call it a outward meditation. But your prayer is an opportunity to not self-abandon and actually ask for what your needs are while being very intimate with Creator's energy. And I'm not saying, hey, Creator, I want this, this, and this. And it's conditional on if you do this for me and you do this for me. It's more like, holy fuck, shit is crumbling and I don't know where I'm going. I'm lost. I would love you to guide me on who I am now, who I'm becoming, where I am going. Gift me a sign, a way forward that I know that I can lean in and trust you. Right? It's getting raw and real. So if there was one embodiment process that changes the game for everything, is prayer is an outward scope, like you are literally placing your energy on the altar of life into that grid that you just were gifted. And then meditation is the receiving, tuning in. It's like, oh, what is here now? So you've got your outward and your inward in equal measure. Anyone feel activated by the word prayer? No? Good. Awesome. If possible, on your knees, because your knees are the bones of surrender. So set up an altar at knee level. You only need to be there for a minute or two. All right, so who would like to go first? Karen, jump in, Queen.
Good morning. Can I share something I'm celebrating before we even start?
Absolutely. Everyone do a celebration first. I think that's a great idea.
So I went and seen my mum and dad on Sunday, and I was nervous as fuck because usually it's a no, but I asked for what I wanted. And I'm moving to Coromandel next year. They said yes. So there was no, dad said yes. Mum was the opposite. And I'm like, oh my God, this has completely done a flip. So, because last week everything was quiet business wise. And this week has been. This morning I've had like 3 people book in and my week's full.
Of course, of course, of course, of course.
Because
How you
what,
trusted, you asked. Wow, Karen. Okay, tell us, can you just tell us a little bit of the nitty gritty? How did it feel to go in and ask?
I was really nervous, but I was doing the self-regulation the whole way there. I was, because my daughter was driving, and I was really open with everyone. Like I said to the girls, I'm nervous about this, but I've got to let go of the outcome and just, I'm asking for my needs. And if it's a no, it's a no. There'll be another way around this.
There'll be another way.
Yeah. And yeah, Dad was like, yeah, that's sure. There's one condition, that when we want to break away, we can come and stay down there because it's their holiday home I'm living in. And I go, yes, sweet. I'll just come back up to Pookie when you come down.
I'll swap places.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
Karen, how much has that just blown open your energy?
Oh my God, everything. Because, yeah, I mean, I was talking to my best friend on Saturday as well, and she said, So you've got regulars that come and see you. So would you come back to Pocky? And I said, of course, every 5 weeks. So like I've already got these plans in place.
The
So,
strategy, the
yeah,
structure. Amazing.
so I'm
How
excited.
sensational, woman.
I know.
Well done. Oh, what an incredible celebration. I'm so excited for you.
I know, and even my daughters, because that's why I said it won't be till January, because one of them will have to find somewhere to live. But she sorted it out. She said, "No, I'll stay here and I'll get flatmates in." And I'm like, "Yay!"
Done. Well done, Karen. Wow, that took a massive leap of faith, and I'm fucking proud of you. Like, what a shift.
Yeah.
Incredible. How are you celebrating yourself?
Oh, well, I went. So when they said yes, I went and got some bath crystals and had a really nice bath.
Yeah.
Yeah, just absolutely rested for the rest of the afternoon. So
Oh, incredible. This is a hilarious card, and it just is so perfect. I picked up the masculine business by design. Everything is effing possible. There are no set limitations on what you can or can't have in life. The reality is it isn't whether you can or can't do something, entirely up to you. It isn't a matter of obstacles that life is throwing in front of you. The fact of the matter is the obstacle in your way is your decision to choose to see things as an obstacle. The sooner you realize this, the sooner everything you've ever wanted will fall into place.
yeah,
I love it. Awesome. All right, babe, how can I support you?
I think so. I'm pretty like I've got my membership, so that's how people can get a taste of what I'm doing. I'm actually going to speak into the group on Friday and ask them for just short references of what they're getting out of it, so I can use it for advertising to get more people in.
Yeah. Be quite specific. Have you thought of the questions?
No.
Okay, so get really specific. Otherwise, people waffle and then you don't actually get a transformation that they're showing.
Okay.
So the questions you really want to ask is, hey, could you in 1 minute just give me a blurb on how your life has changed, or get even more specific, how your body has changed, or how your manifestation has changed, or how your regulation of nervous system, right? Like get right down into how did you feel before? Ask them specifically, can you express within a minute how did you feel before you came into the membership, and then how it's shifted in the last month or two?
Okay.
Right, then you'll get more like very quick, concise, because honestly people can waffle, and if they're not given a direct like specific request. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I've got that going, and then of course quantum connections, which I'm also going to speak into that group about and say, if this is only a taster, so if you want to go into something more specific, there's quantum connections, and I'll offer them a discount on that because they've already been in the group. And then I've got my next container coming up that I'm going to run as a beta testing.
Nice.
Like actually, like I'm only going to hold it for 4 months, but I feel it could be 6, 7, 8 months next year.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. I want to go back to the pivot to getting them into quantum connections.
Yeah.
Okay. So often what people do when they are pivoting someone from a membership into another container, they're like, you need to come into this. It's really awesome. I'm going to give you a discount. Just come. And then nobody shows up, right? I really want you to speak to the transformation that they will get specifically when working with you one-on-one, and how that will translate into their life. And when I mean life, I mean like, how will they show up exactly on a day that they wake up tired and wonder how to get through the day with their kids, and they're just like, oh my God, I can't deal with it. And then they're like, oh my gosh, but I know I've got my own back, and I'm going to create space for myself by saying no to this. And that allows me to recalibrate to my highest potential of being a mother, right? Like, get really specific about how it's going to pivot, move them from, hey, I love you being in the membership. And I love that you guys are loving the membership. It's one of my favorite places to be. And totally convicted that the next fucking level for you is quantum connections, because this, and this.
This is really cool, because what that's got me thinking is I can see different things in each of them that have really
Yes.
stood out. So I'm going to go direct to them instead of doing it.
Do both.
Do both?
Absolutely. Do both. And reach out and say, hey, hope you saw my, not sure if you saw my message on Friday, but for the next 48 hours, I'm offering a really incredible discount for quantum connections. And I believe this is exactly what you need. I want you to write that. I believe this is exactly what you need to get ... specific to them.
Okay.
Right. Personal reach outs always get way more involvement and action than a general, but what you're doing is opening it to the general and then going, I personally invite you into this space because I feel I know, like I not feel, I know I can support you through this, and this. And when people are personally invited, they're like, oh my gosh, she sees me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. My mentor at the moment, she had like a $2 million month last month, and was pregnant in trimester 1 and sick as a dog. And when she invited me in, she gets you to like apply first to make sure that you're right. And at the same time, I don't even think it's about that. I just think it's because it's like oh, I have to apply for this space, so I've got to make sure that I'm ready kind of thing. And then she personally sent me a message on Instagram and was like, holy shit, babe, I fucking love what you're doing. And I can't wait to get this out to the world. And I know I can help you because I can see this gap, this gap, this gap. And what we're going to do is we're going to do this, and this. And if you buy today, then you get a 1 hour with me free, which is valued at 6,000 US. Right. So she literally made me feel seen. That making sense?
Yeah, total sense. Yeah.
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 And be totally convicted. If there's no conviction, like if you're struggling with a little bit, even 10% conviction, come back into the sassy space and be like, I'm not convicted completely. This is the edge I'm feeling. This is the resistance I'm feeling.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. And then tell me about the program, the big one next for beta testing. What kind of
So the reclamation one, where I'm working with the womb, the heart,
your lightning bolt?
yeah, my lightning bolt. So yeah, I think what I've been doing is, instead of just going with it, I've been waiting to have it all laid out, but no, I'm just,
Okay.
yeah.
Tell me more. Why are you waiting?
It's almost like I'm not trusting my channel. But then after Friday, when I took that the Venus rose meditation, it was completely channeled. And I'm like, what the hell, what, my head is getting in the way of my channel.
Okay, so what I can see is because it's the lightning bolt, it's going through to the spleen, liver, and then womb. But what I'm seeing is from the spleen, liver to womb, there's a bit of a triangular block. So it's like coming in, but there's kind of getting stuck around the diaphragm. So I want you to do some specific breath work around it.
Yeah.
Probably Kanika out breath. And the inquiry would be along the lines of, I'm afraid to be fully heard because.
Okay.
What if this is your $1 million container? What if this is your beta testing? What if you literally saw yourself as this is a 50K sell-in and it's beta testing?
Yeah.
She stops breathing.
I know. Big out breath, no in breath.
Right. So maybe the in-breath we're going to give in. Right.
Mm.
I want you to see this, even as a beta testing, I want you to see this as a 50K sell-in and then work backwards. What's it going to take for it to be 50K without you pushing your energy too far, like you having to do too much? So that would mean that this is higher ticket,
Yeah.
right? You have, a couple of hundred active people in your field right now. Let's say 200. If you get 10% of that, that's 20 people. 50,000 divided by 20, I'm not even going to try and do, but literally you're looking at like, 1,000, 2,000 each. No, seriously.
Yeah, and that's what I was beta testing it at 2,000.
Amazing. So if we go 50,000 divided by 20, it's 2,500,
Okay.
right? So knowing that the program is worth like 5,000, you can be like, it's half price and this is what you receive, but this is the transformation. You can do a payment plan over extended period with no extra cost. I want you to start calibrating to that level, Karen. You've got that and you're literally ready for it. Now it's like reverse engineer from the 50K launch.
Yeah, because what I've seen too is the ladies in meditation. So I've purposely set up a meditation tonight that is a taste of what this course is going to be, because I know a couple of them are interested already.
Awesome.
And because when my other daughter moves out, I'm going to have space. We're going to have a room as a healing room. So I've been thinking about it because there's a couple of them that don't like Zoom. And I thought, so why can't I have an in-person, like just a small group? I could only fit 4 for it to feel right. So I'll offer it to them.
Yeah, absolutely. So offer it to them at a discounted price, even more so, and then just say you're my 4 specific people that I am calling this in for.
Yeah.
And then the other 15, right? I want you to say there are 13, 14, 15 people. There are 15 people that are specifically drawn to this particular energy, that this is calling you because it's going to offer you this, this, and this. Like I want you to see it as you serving the collective to find and speak to those 15 people and remind them that they're unique.
Okay.
You're not just going, I'm looking for 15 people. You're like, there are 15 people and this is who you are.
Okay.
All right. You have some affinity for the rose. You're not quite sure what it is. You're ready for something quite profound in your life. You deeply desire surrender, but you're just not sure the process to get there. You want to open up to receive more love, happiness, and health. And at the same time, this is a recoding of your body that moves through your heart, all your blood organs, specific to the Knights Templar or whatever. Like you speak directly to them.
Mm-hmm.
How's that feel?
Exciting. I've got truth bumps.
Yeah, exciting. Okay, babe, I'm going to pull you a card. I love it. This feels so good. Calibrating to the 50K woman who's going to have a 50K beta testing launch. So the next time she's like, oh, bang on, got this. Reassurance of the golden light. Kanika's all over you.
Wow. And yeah. The
eagle wings. Yeah. Amazing. That's how it comes in.
Thank you.
You're welcome, babe. Feel complete?
Yeah.
Awesome. Celebrating you. Everyone shake that off. That is freaking cool. I'm excited for you, Karen. All right. Who's next? Australians are pointing at each other. You go. No, you go. No, you go. I love it. Right, Trina, you're in.
Hey, I really don't know what to say. That's why I'm hesitant.
Sure thing.
It all comes up as I'm working on it, but then, I haven't really revisited it for a few days. I've had lots going on, but I think contracts. Did you mention that you've got some templates or something that we can have a look at for?
Yeah.
Is that what everybody does? Contracts for like programs and
I don't do them.
VIP?
Yes. I do them for VIP, retreats and Kanika. I don't do them for 8-week programs, but you can put like terms and conditions. So on the bottom, I just put a terms and conditions. There's no refunds. And this work is energetic. Disclaimer, I'm not a medical, that kind of thing. When you sign this is your declaration that you are, energetically, that kind of thing.
Okay.
What
I suppose
what
my
do you-
question is that I suppose more with the payment plan situations.
Yep. So in your payment plan, okay, tell me a little bit about your tech side. Have you got Stripe?
I've got Square currently.
Square. Okay. And then does Square come with a invoicing?
Probably, yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
definitely, yeah.
Yep. So then what you want to do is just at the base of the cart, so that's like the main page where they pay, you just want to have a basic terms and conditions down the bottom.
Okay.
Where there's no and I can give you this. I'll ask Joss to put it up for you. And it's terms and conditions. Once you kind of hit over $2,000, that's when you want to do like a full client contract.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I actually send them separately. So it's not part of the payment. I will send them, or the team will send them with a payment link and a separate contract.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All
Does
right.
that help?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm not really
Okay.
there yet anyway, but that was the question that was coming up for me.
Totally. And tell me a little bit about, I'm just like tuning into what I can feel, see here. Tell me a little bit about why money is so melded to effort.
I suppose it's that old story of working hard for your dollar situation.
Yeah, where's that in your body?
I don't feel like I feel it much because I don't actually work that way. I've never really thought that way, but people around me, that's my father's definitely from my father's lineage, and I've resisted that because I can see what it does.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So big business, big money is the father. Like it's always the father energy. It's not the mother energy, it's the father energy.
Yeah.
So what would it feel like to double your pricing for just holding the energetic grid of your work?
It would be amazing if I could do that.
Okay, tell me how much you're charging at the moment.
For my sessions, I'm still only doing one-on-ones all the time. So yeah, $170 now.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what if, and are you selling them individually? So they just say, yeah, I need a session.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if you now set up a 3 to 4 session container only?
Yeah. So I've thought about, you mean just with new clients, you can only see me if you pay for 4 sessions, or yeah. That's a
So
position I've been extending myself into. Yeah.
yeah. And so you can go over and above 170 because you can literally be like, okay, so your program is 3 months long. You will receive 3 in-person or online sessions, and then you get to have one touch with me once a week on WhatsApp or something for a question or a channel.
Yep.
And that's, you know, $1,000 program
Yeah.
minimum.
Yep.
And you can pay it off. So they're like, oh, okay, so I can do like $100 a week. That would be amazing. But you're holding you're not holding it, but you've created a grid for their transformation that isn't based on one session. So you're actually expanding your capacity to receive more because you're getting a regular income, right? Doing less, receiving more.
Yeah. Yeah. And that feels amazing. I think the block around this is probably me verbalizing this online, like we're talking, the social media thing. So yeah, I can definitely feel and embody all of that. And then I have gone a couple of times to sort of make, huge statements that this is what I'm not doing anymore, and I'm only doing this and that, and then I've just choked.
Okay, what if the transition was easy? You didn't actually say anything and you're just like the next people that ask, I only do 3-month blocks
Yeah.
of work.
Yeah.
Make it easier on your body. You don't have to announce it. Any
Mm.
new clients have to go through this system,
Mm.
and that's the only option.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The reason being is that doing one-offs means that your nervous system is always waiting on the next one and questioning whether you can hold more because you're not sure if it's going to be a big week, a little week, a da-da-da, right? And now
Oh
when
yeah.
you create 3-month program, like 3-month container for them, you know that you've got 10 of them. So you've got, 10 hours per month of work. If you had 10 at $1,000, you've got $10,000 in 3 months.
Mm.
Right? And you've got 10 hours of work per month for that.
Mm.
What
Yeah.
happens to voicing that piece? Like, hey, this is my new container. This is how it works. This is what we do. And it creates a much wider scope of your healing capacity.
Mm. Mm. No, that feels really good. After we did that clearing last week, I'm really open to receiving more.
As
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we need that as a base minimum. Okay. That you only do 3-month containers.
Yeah. And then a
if it's too
VIP for 12 months.
Yeah, so we're going to move you up to that for sure.
Yeah.
And then you could also go, you still could talk to the mother and child one and be like, okay, 3 months is 2,000. Or
Yeah.
mother and child, you might be able to be like, normally it's 3,000. For my first beta testing of this 3-month container, we're going to go 1,500. And you can do it on a payment plan over 3 months.
Yeah.
But yeah, money doesn't come from effort. It comes from you being in your ease.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's sort of feeling easeful when I put my mind to it and focus on it.
What's the
I'm at just getting together. Like I've just really I'm anchoring the membership now. So and the Facebook group. So I'll have a free Facebook group as well. Does everyone seem to do that, don't they?
it helps as long as you keep it consistently alive. It definitely helps people to remember that you're the person they go to for family constellation. You're the person they go to for their child and the mother, right?
Yeah.
and you don't need to do a lot. Plus, you can schedule in Facebook groups. Okay. So if you want to schedule out 4 posts over the next, like, 2 to 3 weeks, then you don't have to do anything for 4 weeks. Right? If you just make sure that you've got an admin day on the first of each month, that you pump out 3 or 4 pieces of key content, and literally just get your ideas through the month and write them down. I can talk to how a mother feels when she's not in alignment with her child, when she's blocking her energy, she's got heart blocks. You can speak to that and actually schedule them for the month so that you're not always in there.
Easy.
Yeah. And it makes it so much more like there is always something happening in the background without me having to always be doing something.
Yeah. No, I feel like it's all landing into place, and in and out of my little like worthiness things. I think that's my real deep core that comes up every now and then. But yeah.
Okay.
Feel like it's landing at some point, even though it hasn't landed yet, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. So
I've
I'm
got
just
a
going to
very
do
clear vision of it.
Epic. That's awesome. So now we just need to clear some of the mind mental game. So your journaling prompts would be along the lines of, I don't feel worthy when I do, when I ... Right, that's number 1. 2, my worth has about tied to in the past I looked to for my worthiness because, and then 4, you're starting to bank evidence. I am worthy no matter what, because my worthiness is not conditional any longer on worthy always proven, and I make evidence of it by... Right, so I really want you to play with the worthiness piece.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'd also like you to play with the idea of asking the sassy ladies how they see your magic, like how they receive your magic, your voice, your expression. Like, we know that you don't have to say a lot to receive the energetic shifts for people, right? Like, we've known that for a long time. You literally hold more of the pillar in your physical being of like, here I am, you step into my realm, I recode your space by just being me, right? So your voice needs to be quite potent when it does speak, and it does need to be energetic. I don't feel like, a specific, you need to show up 7 a.m. every Monday. That's never going to work. But when it's channeled, it's like, trust the channel, do the thing, walk away.
Yeah.
Come back a couple of days later and be like, hey, how did that land for people? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then and asking your sassy sisters how they see your energy and how it transforms their world being in your world.
Mm-hmm.
Open to receiving.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Trusting the channel and then just walking away.
Yeah, you don't have to like cultivate, like you don't have to nurture it. You just trust the channel, speak it out, and walk away. Fucking mic drop and be like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not great for getting back to people on my Facebook posts. And at the same time, that's just who I am. And you can't make it wrong all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have capacity. Like I like going back and like kind of re-answering all the things. I just don't, it's not my vibe. Right. And that could be that you're more of a role model in that space than a like, someone who needs to facilitate that conversation. And let's make that okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Soul child.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
All the signs, everything's pointing
Yeah.
to these
And
children.
just always have these children at the front of your mind as to how you can best serve them for the transformation they're going through. Right? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
I love it. Well done, babe. All in your throat. Oh, and you need iodine.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking that, tuning into that last night.
Yeah, you need iodoral. Yeah.
What do you get?
Iodoral.
Iodoral.
Yeah, iHerb have iodoral, and you need 6 to 7 drops daily. Okay.
Okay. I was using a nascent iodine.
What's that one?
Nascent? Like NASCENT? What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. I don't even know that word.
Oh,
What is it? Like, is it NASCENT like that?
yeah.
I don't know what that is. Send me a pic. Yeah. But yeah, you need some iodine.
Yeah.
All right. Sound good?
Perfect. Thank you.
Shake it down. Erin, get your hot booty in the seat.
Hi.
Oh, hi. You okay?
Yeah, that came out weird.
I know. That's why I was like, what happened? Tell me all the things.
Um, I don't even know what to say in these faces, but
Who just came on? What version of you just came on?
no,
How old is she?
I was fine before.
Oh,
I want to say 2.
yeah, it was really young. Really young.
Really wigged me out.
Did you feel her before you said hi, or she just literally she said hi?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was like so like I'm questioning who I am. Hi.
Yeah.
Is that what's happening?
I don't know.
All right, Queen. I'll get you to hold your hands real tight behind your head. Yeah. Let it out. All in your throat. Stretching out your shoulder blades. Oh, there we go. That's where it is. Take a deep breath in. Hold. Just butterfly heart. Right down your throat, hon. That's it. Ah, what's your name?
Hey,
What's your name?
Cindy?
Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Poor girl. She's put like right in the center of the room right now, eh? I can see her on like one of those doll, like little music boxes.
I used to have one of them.
Ah, there we go. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get you to close your eyes for me. So just calling forward Cindy. What is she afraid of us seeing?
I keep getting perfection, which doesn't really make sense.
That makes sense. If we see her perfection, what would happen?
People don't like that. People like something to relate to.
Ah. So what's the resistance about not having someone to relate to?
Well, then you're alone.
Are you alone or are you more deeply integrated?
Yeah.
Cindy, how much are you afraid to step out of your family templates and programs?
$100.
What if you didn't lose them when you step out of them? What if you just gave them permission? To step out of them as well. What if the girl that's in the center on this beautiful circular musical deck, who is dancing like the most glorious ballerina in the world for a 2-year-old, the one who's like, oh my gosh, life is so beautiful. I am beautiful. I am radiant. What if she is ready to come alive? Can you let her take up some of the stage, some of the spotlight?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just pull the plug out of your belly button. That's it. You're trying to hold it all in. Your perfection is divine. And the higher your frequency, the more aligned, more attuned, the more permission you gift the consciousness to shift. What if that was fucking okay? And what if it was even more than okay? What if it was like, holy shit, yes, this is the transformation. What does she need?
To be free.
Yeah. What if she doesn't want to be on that fucking stage and she wants to be a sacred rebel running around being a ballerina? What just happened here is a pukeko just went screeching around our house. What if the ballerina also gets to be imperfectly perfect? Like, What happens in your belly now?
There's more space.
Yeah. She's off the pedestal.
Mm.
She can dance wherever she wants. She can move between worlds easily. Doesn't make her better than. It just makes her really fucking happy to be able to draw outside of the lines.
Mm.
All right, babe. I think what happened there is that disconnect between your heart and your womb just came straight to the front. Right?
Mm.
And the womb space is like, I have to be perfectly immaculate. Don't let any blood spill anywhere while I become my best self. Have you ever drawn with your blood?
I have before, yeah.
Hmm.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, of course you didn't like it because it's so socially unacceptable. But it used to be used for a myriad of sacred ceremonies. So what if you just start, instead of painting with it, what if you just start with just sitting with it and then pouring it on a plant?
Mm.
Each month, letting it be more and more imperfect. Why is this connected to, it's blowing out of structure. Why is this connected to the masculine? Because my perfection either puts me on a pedestal or threatens the masculine. Is that right?
Probably both.
Yeah.
When I'm on like a pedestal, I'm out of like alignment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then yeah, flows on.
So you've been capping yourself out of the fear of being perfect and therefore being seen or being taken out by the masculine or being put on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I want you to grab one of your paintings.
Mm,
I want
right.
you to just destroy it. Not right now. I want you to find something you're attached to that you've put on a pedestal
Mm.
and find a way to completely destroy it. Because you're not one identity. You are many. There are many aspects to you.
Mm.
How can I support you more? I feel like there's one more piece that needs to land.
Mm. The God. The message I got in the meditation was I got two messages. And it was embody yourself. And for some reason that was because that's all I got. Yeah, for some reason it's really triggering.
To embody your perfection.
Yeah.
Embodying your perfection means that you are fully and utterly receiving Father.
Mm.
because he, whatever we want to call it, creator universe, didn't fuck up by putting us here. It's not a mistake.
Mm.
We are perfection. We're imperfectly perfect, but right.
Mm.
So what if this is just a really deep fear of seeing you and creator as one? Creator is you.
Mm.
What do you need if that's the case?
I need to talk to creator more.
Yeah, but guess what? I also think your teenager needs to fucking rebel against creator just for a little bit, right? Like we're kind of going to do the opposite.
Yeah.
And this is going to feel like sacrilege, but I want you to be like, fuck you, creator. You put me on a pedestal to be something, something, something. And then, oh, I get it now. It
Mm.
wasn't you, it was me.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay. I want you to do a fuck you to creator
Mhm.
and then a forgiveness of yourself. Is this making sense for everyone? Like, this is a piece that we go through with our rebellion. When the Father denied us that protection or put us on a pedestal to be something that we're not,
Mm.
right? Like my father literally relied on me, and I only just saw it 2 nights ago that he relied on me to keep him alive when mum left. That's abuse. He put me on a pedestal. And when I chose to talk to her after 2 years of not talking to her, he completely destroyed me. Said I was a psycho, needed drugs, and needed to be in a ward, and that he didn't give a shit whether my son was born or not. Right? His only bloodline. He put me on a pedestal. So this is something about being put on the pedestal. That's why I saw the little girl sitting in the middle in a perfect ballerina being twirled by the system.
Mm.
So I need you to do the opposite of what feels safe and go, fuck you to creator, because it's not actually about creator, but it is about your anger at the creator.
Yeah.
So it needs to come out because we can't jump this. We can't jump this one, babe. You've got to go in.
Mm-hmm.
Creator's all fucking encompassing and doesn't give a shit whether you're going to yell at him or not. So, and then I want you to do the forgiveness of yourself.
Yeah.
Are we on point?
Yeah. Yeah. That feels good. Yeah.
Okay. So there needs to be some kind of destruction. Something that you admire is going to need to be destroyed.
Yeah.
Nothing's permanent.
Nope.
Celebrating you, babe.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And look at this freaking card.
Mm-hmm.
Creator's Kingdom, Creator, and then Invitation to Connect.
Oh, who would have thought?
Can't make this shit up. I wasn't like looking for it. In fact, I haven't used these cards in forever. So literally, even an invitation of like, I'm angry at you is still going to be what hasn't been said needs to be said.
Yep. Yep. I can feel it.
Yes. I want you to also do like a little blurb in our Sassy group
Mm-hmm.
of what came up.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Check it down. You don't have to be on that little pedestal anymore. It's not fair. All right. Jen, we're going to like cross over on your session into this session because I want you to be seen in this process.
Okay, I was trying to bypass that.
I know. I was like, she's going to think I'm just going to wait for her session.
I really did. Oh, well, I've got my huge long list that started with like 3 things on it prior, but let me pick one.
Oh, let me pick one.
Okay. You want me to give you?
I'm going to go with what I've got. Action taking.
Okay.
What's the fear of action taking?
It like really feels like a sustainability thing.
Yeah, because you have had exercise induced, pain. You have been through the deep chronic fatigue stages. You have brought up 3 boisterous boys. You have an incredible husband, but there's a lot going on, right?
Yes.
Okay. If you were me and I was you, and you were like, babe, you have been going hard for quite some time, what would you say?
Relax. Oh.
Which, first off, I'm so proud that you're away for the night. Well done, celebrating
I
that.
didn't communicate this one very well though with my people, so yeah, I need to work on that.
Yeah, just go, okay, starting to get to capacity. I need a night away. Here I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The other side to this is, where have you felt like you have fallen down in the past and you saw it as a failure?
I guess what I can feel, it's not like actually doing something and failing at it because I don't do many things if I don't know I'm going to succeed. But it would be back in the day when Cody used to work away for a month at a time and come home, and my body would be so exhausted. I really couldn't move or get off the couch. And I guess if I really dig into it, that's the feeling I'm scared of. I don't want to feel that ever again.
Why was that complete exhaustion and body collapse a bad thing?
Because I couldn't push through it. Like I didn't have a choice. It was not my choice to do that. But then I also see the differences. I wasn't asking anyone else for help either. Right?
Right.
So
And did Cody make you wrong for collapsing?
no, he was never home long enough to make me wrong.
Tell me a bit about that resentment.
Oh, like I feel like I've worked through this, which I appreciate. Like I've never had to work a day in my life. Like to be quite honest, I haven't. But I do
Whoa.
work very hard. Yes. Okay, not outside the home. I have not had to. That's a different story. That's the other thing. I also make so much money a month because we split income. So like I already take in 10K a month. So that's why that's not hard for me to like fathom. But then I guess it's adding that on to what I already do. And don't get me
Absolutely.
wrong. Yeah. Just while Cody was gone this last time, I'm seeing the things that I do that my kids could be doing. Right. And communicating that before my body gets tired and before I snap and get mad.
Okay. What is the fear of delegating?
I have a fear of nagging, but I don't know why that is. Like, I don't feel like I was nagged as a kid. I don't know.
Have you seen it in your family? Someone else nagging someone else?
Yeah, do you know what that probably is? Because this came up with Cody too. I've grown up with knowing nothing but responsibility, right? Being the oldest of 4 on a farm. I'm not saying my parents made me. I took that on. I'm not putting that blame there, but like, I lost my train of thought. What was your question again?
Who have you seen nagging others?
Okay, yeah. I guess what it comes down to is the things that I probably wish would have been done for me as a kid, that I would have done for my siblings. That, yeah.
So I nurture everybody and do all the things, and I don't feel like it comes back around.
Yeah.
Okay, and so if I made big business, would it actually give me what I need?
Got a pain in my right kidney when you said that.
Right? The fear is very deep around being dropped the bigger your business gets. Tell me 0 to 100, how much is this self-abandonment?
Ooh, like 85, 90.
Woo. There we go. I want you to get really, really vulnerable with this. How does self-abandonment support you?
It's the only way I feel I get a break from caring or serving others, right? Like to just completely shut down, close off. Yeah.
And if I wasn't a nurturer,
Who would I be?
who would I be?
I have no idea.
What happens in your body around the fear of not being known as the nurturer, the healer?
There's a couple things. One, it pulls me back, like in wanting to protect from it. But then there's this enticing energy of coming forward that would feel so free, like maybe too free. Is that what I'm scared of? Like that void space feeling, like nothingness? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'd just be floating.
Yeah. And the identity of where you have always been seen by others to then be like, no, I won't support you. I'm not going to offer my help without you asking for it and exchanging energy for it. What would happen? How much space would you have?
So much space.
That's fucking scary, eh?
Yeah.
Picking up your rib. Picking up that right kidney. That's it. Hyoid to bridge of nose. Taking a deep breath in. Drawing through the nurturer who's always had to do everything, who's taken the responsibility in case somebody falls and in case somebody gets hurt. You've had to hold the whole world on your shoulders all the time at every point with all the time and energy to expenditure. Sip it in 3 times. And silent scream, what if I wasn't the fucking nurturer who did everything? What if I wasn't the good girl? Scream it out. That's it.
Just see flashes going through, like how I feel at the motocross track, right? Like anywhere. Yeah. But it's also that trust piece.
Exactly. I have to hold it all, otherwise someone's going to get hurt. So if I don't hold it all, who am I? Right? And then we need to go further out into big business and be like, you don't have to hold a big business. The business holds itself. You devote to it and then you delegate. Right? But we'll go into that. How does that feel? Is it scary?
Yeah. Yeah, but like I feel like I've got a different layer, a different understanding of why I'm doing all the behind the scenes stuff, but not actually taking the action.
She's got it. Her body's been overcompensating for her whole life. Welcome home, babe.
Thank you.
Look at this card. Key of Light. Awesome. All right, shake it down. Sisters, I so deeply appreciate you. I feel like you go to the depths with us as a group. I'm so proud to be holding a capacity for this group. Like I fucking love Sassy. I'm super excited about where we're going and where we're heading. I will set up a business kind of on top of that Google Drive. I'm just going to set up like a bit of a basic business strategy process for you. I want to see those for our next session so that we can go in and like really reverse engineer them, because the Capricorn energy, we're going to go into this vortex with this idea of how we scale our businesses through ease and a nervous system that's really regulated. And like, I've got my back. This is okay. If I do make it into big business, even if I did drop it, I can still pick it up again, right? There's all these things. Okay, celebrating every one of you. Jen, are you okay if we kick off in 10 minutes? Okay, cool. Love you, sisters. Bye. Thank you.